I didn't miss it, but some of the fans really did miss it. It's interesting. This was interesting. You familiar with RevPAR? Your hotel studies? Revenue per available room? This green line here is the Heartbreak Hotel, okay? That blue line is downtown Memphis. It was so full, so often, we would get downtown kind of rates out of this 128 rooms. That was just kind of goes to the support of what we thought we could do with a bigger facility. It was doing $3.8 million on the far right. That was the budget actually, 3.7 in 2014. Today we're doing $25 million here. So think of hotel taxes, sales taxes, TDC surcharge on all that revenue. That's what builds up that fund to pay those bonds. Some of the things we've got. Oh, one really cool thing we have that a lot of hotels don't. We've got a 464-seat theater with what I call seating for Elvis fan butts. Wide seats, wide aisles, very comfortable, 464 seats. Stage that you can do concerts, plays, your Steve Jobs kind of presentations, dog and pony shows, sales things. Use it for a lot of different stuff. We have a comedy show coming up there in 3 weeks. So it's an unusual amenity, but one that meeting groups seem to like. And when we're not using it, we run Elvis movies in there every night. So you go in and get some popcorn, watch a 40-year-old Elvis show. He did 31 different films in kind of his second phase of his career, and there were 2 documentaries done. So there's plenty of films to view. Pyramid Hotel Group might be somebody you've come across in your employment-related thinking. Pyramid Hotel Group runs about 100 different hotels across the country, and a few out of the country, Ireland, Caribbean.
Now they have something else here, don't they?
They did, but I don't think they do anymore.
All right.
One of the hooks that I talked about with the private equity money was, they said, all right, you know how to run this little 128-room hotel, this is a whole different entity. We don't trust you to just do that yourself. We'll lend you the money, but you have to have a third-party hotel management company. So 225 employees at the hotel are actually Pyramid Hotel Group employees. They pay them and manage them and do the whole 9 yards. They do the selling, the booking, the cleaning. So we're kind of out of that. I kind of oversee it from a financial perspective, kind of like a landlord. We're the owner. We want to know what's going on, where the opportunities are. So I kind of play that role. That was the initial investment that we thought we were going to. As I told you, we ended up in the $95 million range. A little bit overrun, and we cut several $1 million in some of the what they call lost my word. Value engineering is what they call it. When your budgets run a little high, they say there's some things we can value engineer. Can we do something not quite, this nice over here, or can we not add this amenity over there? So you cut things out. We probably cut about $4 or $5 million out. Still ended up $4 or $5 million over. Just part of the process. That is actually a rendering of the lobby bar. That's not an actual picture. But the one thing we did not cut out of the budget was the interior decoration. Dreamcatcher Hotels is an architect that specifically worked hotels. their interior decorating guy, Aaron. Fabulous job capturing components of who Elvis was, what he was like, what he wore, how the house was decorated in '77 when he died. Probably an unfortunate period of decorating for passing away, but fabulous fixtures, incredibly cool seating, a lot of high back chairs. Elvis loved high back chairs. In the lobby, I think this is the lobby. Again, a rendering, but these high back chairs were designed to kind of resemble, if you remember Elvis's jumpsuits and the big collars that he had on them. So it was reminiscent of that. I don't think I have a shot of it, but up here is a reflective ceiling that's laid out in the shape of one of his capes. So when you look up into the ceiling, you get that image. So they captured all those kinds of things really, really well. And I think that's why we get fabulous reviews. I don't think you can kind of see this. Here's the cape up in here. Interior design of the rooms is fantastic as well. Really cool designs and patterns, colors. And I've only got one shot of a room. It was really cool. The coolest thing is in our suites. At least I think this is cool. In the bathroom, the glass, when it fogs up, you go jump in the shower, the fog hits the mirror, fogs up the mirror, and what appears out of nowhere is the Elvis TCB symbol with the lightning bolt. So you come out of the shower, it's really cool. I don't know how they do that, but it's a feature in all of the suites. So the financial projections, I would say we're not going to make that number right there if you can read it. We expect to be in the $29 million range by this year. We're probably going to be about 26. But you can see we were looking for a higher rate and a lower occupancy. We're running much better occupancy-wise, near 76% this year. But the rate we're getting is a little lower than we're anticipating, so makes a big difference.
Well, there's been a lot of
competition lately.
lot of new inventory in this town.
There is. But we're doing those numbers in the face of the convention center being down. We get a lot of overflow in the past. So there's not a lot of overflow business out there, but while the rest of the market's occupancy rates are falling, we're still growing. And I think, Bubba said earlier, Chris said earlier, Mr. Rohn said earlier, those little hotels in the convention center do gobble up a lot of share, but when there's no convention business, there's a lot less tourists in town. But Elvis stays the same, and we keep driving well over half a million visitors to the mansion, and we're taking care of somewhere in the 120,000 occupied rooms in a year. So it's a busy place, and working very well and as intended. We'd like to get more rate though, but who wouldn't? This is some of the market information, cost per room stuff on building hotels. Then, phase 3, what is now known as Elvis Presley's Memphis. We built 220,000 square feet of space behind that strip mall that I showed you on that one map. 20 of it is warehouse, 200,000 of it is retail, restaurant, exhibit space, and a 20,000 square foot soundstage where we hold the Graceland Live concerts. We've since added another 80,000 square feet to get up to the 300 in what is called the Graceland Exhibition Center. It's got 4 10,000 square foot rooms that can do touring exhibits, non-Elvis, not necessarily Elvis related stuff. We're trying to get more folks on campus for other reasons. We just closed a Muhammad Ali exhibit and a National Geographic exhibit. We're still running a motorcycle exhibit for 4 more weeks. And we are currently installing a space exploration exhibit. And right behind that, we have a dinosaur exhibit coming in. So, you know, we're kind of going after family, younger markets to bring them, you know, local and regional, to bring them to Graceland. May not have seen what we've done in all these different phases. You have to bump into anybody who was there for the first time recently that hasn't said, I had no idea all this stuff was here. This is so cool. And it is. We did open in March 17. This one was more on budget and on time. You know, let's see, this is 2016. We did over $40 million in revenues, but only 3.6 was hotel. Now we're doing almost $80 million with a $26 million hotel. That's an overhead shot of the EPM development.